So what is karmic relationship? There are many definitions of that. This usually means that you and the other person had already met. To be fair, it's probably true for pretty much everyone you're meeting in your life. It's very rarely we meet someone who we have never met in any of other incarnations, considering there is about hundreds of thousands of them, right? And there is a knot that has been tied at some point, which generated an imprint, a karmic imprint in you or in them, on both. There's an imprint between the two of you that has been there. And potentially, whenever you meet again, you meet that person, you start talking, and you feel immediately connected, and you feel really, really involved, and you feel really like, wow, there's something there. And sometimes this something could be this unresolved knot that has been tied. So what to do if you find yourself in one of those relationships? Because it actually might seem very hard to get out of it. It might also seem very hard to stay happy in those. Or it can be very hard to let this person go. It's like you can't let them go, but you also can't really be together. And it just keeps repeating in some kind of painful loop. Don't know if it ever happened to you, but when it does, you know it's karmic, and you know it's not very much you can do about it. However, there is. So the answer, as always, is inside. Go inside yourself to answer first. What is it that this person makes me feel? Is it pain? Is it fear? Is it lack of freedom? Is it this feeling of being boxed in? What is that? Try to define that feeling, that emotion. Try to define and find it within yourself, almost like touch it within yourself. What is it, that string that this person keeps on triggering, right? It's like a broken string on a musical instrument. It just keeps sounding off whenever a particular interaction happens. Then try to go deeper into that. What does it mean to me? Let's take an example of feeling boxed in relationships. What does it mean to me to feel boxed in? What does it mean to me to just stay with this uncomfortable feeling? And notice the first reaction would be to, okay, I feel boxed in, which means I need to escape, which means I need freedom, which means that's the habitual thought pattern that kind of evolves from there. But try to kind of find it back. So get back to this uncomfortable feeling, that boxed in. What is it? What does it do to me? Oh, it makes me feel bad, sad. Oh, it makes me feel helpless. Oh, it's taking my power away. I think you kind of get to the very, very bottom of that feeling. And this is the trick, to kind of allow yourself to go as deep as possible without using your usual protection and escape techniques. And even if you just allow yourself to go deep, to uncover that one emotion, just noticing it, just being with it rather than running away from it, sometimes can make all the difference in the untangling, in the undoing of that knot. Right? You don't need to do many lifetime regressions. You don't need to understand what exactly happened between you two. Go into this one feeling within yourself and see what within you triggers it. What has generated this feeling within yourself, and why are you so scared of it? Because it's not the feeling, it's the fear of the feeling that is making us uncomfortable. It is not the feeling itself, it's the desire to not feel it is what makes us incapable of solving it. So allow yourself to go in there. Allow yourself to go into that uncomfortable feeling and sit with it. Sit with it, holding your own hand, holding your own self in your loving embrace, being that comforting, loving presence to your own hurt self that once had this feeling when it originated. When you get into the habit of doing this with every uncomfortable feeling that you have, you will not recognize your life in a while. It's going to change your life so profoundly. It's going to change the way you communicate with people. It's going to change the way you communicate with yourself. And it's going to change the way you react to things and the way you build relationships.